Okay, next up is Taylor Wein. Let's start on the aisle here. Jesse Crittenden.
Jesse Crittenden, OU Insider. Taylor, obviously you guys go into a rematch with Alabama this week. Just what did you take away from the game a few weeks ago in Tuscaloosa, just the pressure you guys were able to generate? But what do you take away from that game, and how do you prepare for this one?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we saw they're really explosive and really physical up front. From a defensive perspective, I think we did a good job making the plays when we needed to. But overall, we had a lot of inconsistency, and that's just as a team in general. That wasn't our best 3 phases of ball, and so just got to figure out a way this week to put it all together and get ready for Friday.
Okay, let's go to the right side. George Stoya.
Yeah, Taylor, just what has this year meant to you? Because you've kind of had this growth, this maturity throughout your career, where you've been kind of the poster child in terms of development in the Brent Venables, tenure. What has this year meant to you in terms of your growth and your player development?
It means a lot. For me, it's really good to see like the success happening on the field on Saturdays, and that just goes from a body of work as well, and also coaching. Coaches pouring into me every day, and then being around a good group of guys, and we take a lot of pride in the edge group, and so just trying to put all my pieces together and perform at a high level for the success of the team.
Colton Sully next.
Oklahoman, Taylor, within that, just reflecting on your time here, we've heard the story of Coach Chavis's FaceTime with you. I'm just curious what he's meant to you and how he's sort of helped your development.
He's meant a lot. He's my mentor, and he really pours into us. And for me, he hasn't changed one bit, and anyone else in that locker room could say the same thing. He hasn't changed since first day I talked to him as a recruit. So it means a lot allowing him to pour into us and coach us as hard as he does, and it translates. You see guys like Ethan Downs and R. Mason, just products of what his hard coaching does. So just trying to soak that in and become the best player I can.
We'll go to Tom Green next.
Tom Green, Sinners Illustrated. Taylor, I know special teams has been real key for you guys this season. I know, before you made the rotation at defensive end, you had a big role in special teams, still do. But how have you seen the special teams play just develop these last 2 years under Coach Deacon?
Yeah, I think it's the brain behind Coach Deacon and also Coach Cope as well, his assistant, and I feel like it really speaks to the personnel we brought in. You got guys like Tate, Grayson, and also Ben that's been here for a couple of years, but they're playing their best ball, and it's translating. And Coach V speaks really highly of it, but the biggest thing is as far as field positioning, and special teams getting us in good field positioning, and so we take a lot of pride in our special teams, and it's really cool too because you get all offense and defense in every position to come together and have a common goal. So we take a lot of pride in special teams.
Go good. Ryan Chapman next.
Ryan Chapman, here's an aside. How unique is the prep for Alabama, knowing that you just had the bye week going into the regular season matchup and then the kind of extended period here? I know it's always really detailed with Coach Venables, but I guess how much more have you guys been able to dive in with all the extra time you've had to prep for the Crimson Tide?
It's good. Time's always good. Us as players, time is not as fun. We want to go, we want to play, and we want to be able to hit and tackle. But you get to really dissect what they've done, and they put a lot of good stuff on tape the past couple of weeks, and new tendencies. So we just got to go and dive into that and learn more about their DNA and come up with a great winning game plan. And we did that last time, and so this time we're trying to take it to another level.
Okay, we'll go to James Hale.
James Hale, Oklahoma City Sports Radio. Taylor, the matchup against Alabama's defensive line, it's always a pretty offensive line, I'm sorry. It's always a pretty celebrated offensive line. Talk about that and, talk about the challenge that's going to be for you guys this Friday night.
Yeah. I think their biggest thing is, like I said, they're really big and physical. And in the run game, they move people. In the pass game, they do a good job protecting their quarterback. And so we gotta mix it up, whether that's pressures, stunts, games, whatever it is. We just got to find different ways to get back there and cause pressure and to force them to make decisions. But as far as the run game, we gotta come correct. We got to get our pads down. We got to get our helmet under their chin strap and move these guys backwards.
Okay, Taylor, we're going to go to a question via Zoom. It's going to be from Jenny Carlson of the Oklahoman. You're going to hear Holman?
Hey, Taylor. After you guys lost to Ole Miss, I don't know if you guys considered it must win the rest of the way, but it sure seemed that way in terms of getting into the playoff. I'm wondering what that, what those amount of games that you had that were basically need to win to get in, what mentality that sort of sharpened in you guys as you prepare for now what you know truly is a must-win situation?
Yeah, for me, the first round of playoffs was 4 weeks ago. So this is just another game. We knew that if we lost, that was going to ruin a lot of our goals. And so our mentality is we're not going to lose. We're going to figure out a way to win. We need to play our best ball, and when we do, we play at a really high level, and it's really hard to beat us. So for us, it's been it's just another game. We got to go 1-0, and it's no different than it was against those last 3 or 4 games. So same mentality.
Okay, any more questions from the room? George Stoya?
Well, Owen was up here earlier talking about how he put in a bunch of suggestions for songs for the game on Friday. Some of the players did. I'm wondering if you had any suggestions for Friday night, and what do you expect the atmosphere to be like here?
Yeah, Sooner Nation will always show out. It's going to be packed. It's going to be loud. We know that that's just what it is here, and we love it. We feed off of it. So as far as a crowd standpoint, we're excited. As far as songs, to me, I'm not really picky. I'm there to play football. I don't really care about the songs. I thought Many Men was pretty good going to the fourth. I thought that was kind of cool. Got everyone going. But yeah, I'm there to play football. I'm not a DJ.
Okay, last one, Bob Prisbillo.
Taylor, our Mason goes down, but the position group doesn't feel like it's had any drop off. What do you think is the biggest reason for that, and what sort of role has our Mason played during this last month?
Yeah, our Mason went down. Obviously, went down with a banger. I mean, scored a touchdown. But for us, I mean, it speaks to our coaching. All the guys, it doesn't matter who it is. You can look from the top of the room down to the bottom. Those guys can play at a high level. And the standard here is that if you're going to play, you're going to play like a starter. And you're going to play at a high level and produce and do your job. And our Mason's done a great job just leading. Even though he hasn't been on the field, he does a good job just verbally leading and keeping our mind right too. And he likes to, and I quote, he says, "I'm not with all that talking." As far as like he's not going to go into the words and talking. He's all about the work and doing what it takes to win. And so he's done a good job just pointing to us and even too, he's been more hands-on as far as like, okay, like from his perspective, now he's able to like really watch us during practice. Okay, work on this. You got to dip your back pad on this and just certain techniques and stuff like that. But as far as a leader, he's came a long way and it's really good to have him around.
All right, that's all, Taylor. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.